Hey y'all, I know it's been a while. I just posted a video today, but we're in full swing of summer right now. I've had some technical difficulties with my computer and everything. I'm trying to figure out what all that mumbo jumbo is all about, and I just took almost a 2-week break from YouTube for a while. Our little dog Susu got sick. She had an upper GI tract like ulcer, so I was trying to tend to her. My son Jess went to youth camp with our church, and we just had so much going on, and harvest is coming in from the garden. And so I'm hoping that this video I won't have issues in trying to upload it and get it to y'all, but if not, it will be coming out at a later date. But I wanted to show y'all some of the harvest that I've already gotten from my garden. So this is our straight neck squash, and this is our second harvest from it. We've gotten a bunch of these pineapple ground cherry tomatoes. When they fall off the vine, you can pick them, and they got this little husk on them, and you can peel it off, and there is your ground cherry. These are my Isis Candy ground cherries. These are my aromas, some of my aromas. A bug got a hold of that one, but I still brought it in because I can slice it up and give it to my chickens. And then I've got Dr. Wychee, I think is what you call it. We got 2 of those in. This is my classic beef steak tomato. It's right big. And I got a banana pepper. This is my lovely view when I come out of the house. My echinacea and my black-eyed Susies. Some marigolds I planted. They are coming up really nicely. I thought this was a watermelon plant, but I believe it's a pumpkin plant. We'll see once it starts. It's flowering and starting to put off buds, so hopefully we'll find out what it is. And then I've got my nasturtiums over here. They have started to flower. You can eat the flowers and the leaves. You can put it in a salad. It's kind of like a horseradish-like peppery taste to it. It's really good. And then my ices over here are doing swell, branching out. My balloon plant is still going strong. This is a perennial. It comes back every year, and they will grow all summer long. Lavender is still putting off. My yarrow is exploding. I did some zinnias over here. The water that comes off the roof has kind of like dispersed some of them, but these were some lucky ones that came up, and they're getting ready to bloom. My sunflowers are really taking off. This one puts off a multiple of sunflowers. They are just really growing and doing really well. And my zinnias are exploding, y'all. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I love all the color, and it just keeps on going and putting off new growth. As you can tell, this one's kind of a new one that's getting ready to open up. It has done amazing. I will be planting these again. I found a new flower that I love besides roses and sunflowers and irises. My green stalk is starting to put off some little plants. It hasn't done the best, but we've just had some wonky weather, y'all. And these sunflowers right here are like a rust color sunflower. Look how tall that one's getting. They're getting ready to bloom. I'm so excited to see. It's supposed to be like a yellow rusty like color, and you can see all, let me see if I can put it up here, all throughout the plant it's giving off little blooms that are getting ready to bud. They're budding up and getting ready to bloom, so I'm excited to see how that's going to turn out. Earlier this morning I came into the garden to see how things were going, and just pick off some squash bugs. Still having some troubles with those. but I've been able to stay on top of it and killing the eggs and killing the squash bugs that are getting on my squash plants. They're aphises. But I came down here and I was walking through the garden. I heard something. So I came around this corner, and as y'all can tell, y'all see all that lovely fruit my tomato plants are putting off. I actually have a cucumber plant that I've been working with to trellis on this trellis here. Look at that sunflower. Ain't she beautiful? So let me come around here. And I was, picking some tomatoes that had started, ripening off. I've got one I missed right there. Look at these. These are some Paul Robeson. They are so big. They haven't turned yet. And I heard something knock up against the bed. And I was like, what is that? Oh, look here what I found. I have a baby bunny in my raised bed. Now, how he got here, he or she, I have no idea. I don't know if the mother laid the baby in my bed, but usually they do like a little nest, and I guess she might be using the straw. But I always thought that when bunnies had babies, most of the time they had a few, but he's the only one that's in my raised bed. I'm leaving him right here for right now under the shade where he's at. I looked it up and it said that rabbits tend to feed their babies twice a day. They'll feed them late at night and once during the day. They only feed them twice. They don't set on them like most mammals do, like chickens. They set on their chicks, ducks do. They go off during the day and they leave them, and then they come back and feed them. So we're going to just keep an eye on this little one and see if his mama comes back. But isn't he precious? And I've had her coming in here eating some of my stuff, but I wouldn't wish no little harm to this little guy right here. He's a tiny little baby. He's kind of opening his eyes a little bit. So I don't think he's that old, but he's precious. All my watermelon is going wild over here. My butternut squash is kind of, the aphises has been out of it, and a lot of the leaves have been yellowing, so I've been trying to pluck those off as I go. Those are some pumpkin plants at the end. I got my melon right here that's coming up real slow. That's a Kajari melon. And my sunflowers up there are coming up nicely. And I was going to show y'all, so even though the rabbit ate some of the leaves off of some of these zinnias down here, they're coming back. So that's why I didn't pull them. So maybe, hopefully, we'll have some gorgeous zinnias over here as well. Got some peppers coming up on this. They haven't turned yet, but look how big they're getting. Aren't they gorgeous? They're a Mexican pepper, but I can't remember the name of it. I had my little stick over here, if you could tell, but the sun has faded the name of it, so I'll have to look on my list of what it is. These tomatoes over here are doing good. That's the pineapple ground cherry right there. A couple of those right there. So the garden hasn't been doing too bad. We actually got some rain off of Hurricane Elsa. Here is another classic beefsteak tomato. Look at how big that thing is. And I make a good juicy old tomato sandwich. Got some sweet California peppers popping. And my okra plant, this one is probably the biggest one I have. And it's starting to put on awesome okra. There's another lovely small little sunflower. I planted some sweet potatoes, and I'm hoping that as it grows, it'll vine up my trellis here. I put 4 on this side of the trellis, and then I put 2 more over here. I've kind of let these beds This one, I pulled some stuff out of it. And this one right here, this is bed number, or the experiment bed is what I'm calling it now, but it's bed number 1. And this is bed number 2. And I'm kind of just letting it rest. Pretty much going to amend the sole. And I'm working on educating myself on a fall garden. And so I plan on putting some fall crops in these. And I'm hoping to make some videos about the different things that you can plant during the fall. And while I'm learning, I felt like I would try to make some videos of the different things that I'm looking at so that y'all can learn along with me as well. In here with these lovely ladies. Hey ladies, how are we? Look how big my Cochin chickens are getting. I don't know if y'all can see them that well. They are growing up so fast. And all these ladies are in here. My run tends to be shaded during the morning hours and in the evening hours, but about midday it doesn't have a whole lot of shade, so they come in here to get out of the sun. I want to eventually invest in getting a UVA like tarp that I can put up on the top side of the run so that they'll be able to be out during the middle of the day too. Won't be stuck in here, which actually, honestly, with all the windows I put in the ventilation, my babies are keeping very cool in here. It's not that hot at all in this coop. I'm gonna check and see if we got any eggs. Oh, somebody's on that one. We got 2. I checked earlier and had collected some. Here's another one. Got another one. She's over there, I think, getting ready to lay another one. When I had my rooster we called Ruru that we had to culling off, he tore these ladies' backs up pretty good when he was trying to do his thing. Well, now they're starting to molt. You can tell she's losing her feathers. Trying to prepare for this fall and winter. Not all of them are molting, but some of them are. I will have to excuse my mess. I've been cooking. I have got some chicken broth going on right here. And I have also got some beef broth in this one. And they're almost in. Look at that golden juice right there, y'all. Yummalicious. They're almost into the 24-hour of low cooking in the crock pots. Basically, you just add water to the top and put your bones that you have saved in it. I'll probably let them cook another 24 hours, and then I'm thinking about trying to can them this time instead of putting them in jars and freezing them. I'm thinking about canning them this time. I had to move this one in here. You can use it as a crock pot as well as a pressure cooker. And I've got some butt roast in there cooking. I'm going to turn it into like a roast with some egg noodles. It's a new recipe that I'm trying out, so I'll have to let y'all know how it turns out. So I just want to thank y'all guys for joining me today and being patient with me. Hopefully I can get on whatever's going on with my technical difficulties with trying to get these things to load and some other wonky stuff that's going on, and hopefully get things squared away. Just want to let y'all know that I am still here. I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. And maybe the videos won't be 3 days a week for maybe a couple of weeks more longer because of the fact that I'm trying to figure out what's going on. But I'm going to try my best to get one out as soon as I can. Thanks for joining me today. Y'all have a good day, and thank you for following along with our little adventures on our little homestead. Until next time, we'll be talking to you soon.